I just watched episodes 5 and 6 of Tales of the TMNT, Bishop Makes Her Move and Night of the Mechazoids. These 2 episodes were the conclusion to the first arc of the show. The storyline was spread out over 6 episodes and focused on the turtles and Bishop. I watched every episode with an open mind. I go in with a clean slate. I want to enjoy this. But I don't. I'm not trying to hate watch. I was really hoping there would be something in these final episodes that connected with me. I was hoping for a surprise that would bring it all together and make it worthwhile, but there was nothing. I did really enjoy Bishop's theme music. I thought it was really good. It's evil, it's spooky. The same guy who did the theme music for Rise of the TMNT did the music for Tales of the TMNT. He does some good stuff. And now a couple things I don't like about this version of Bishop. I don't like how Bishop overemphasizes the Spanish words when she's talking. There's no accent and then all of a sudden, pow, ole! This should just be a new character. This isn't Bishop. Bishop was a cold, heartless operator. This Bishop is an emotional Latina with a grudge. Bishop's big emotional moment felt so forced and out of place. I like when bad guys are humanized, but this just didn't have any emotional weight to it. I don't necessarily mind this character, but it just doesn't feel like Bishop. Seeing Bishop work with the turtles and then immediately slink back to being a bad guy was such a cop-out. This was not good writing. It was predictable and empty. I have no empathy for Bishop. Also, by the way, what a strange backstory for a villain. I don't think having a handicapped sibling is justification for murder. Life is hard for everyone, you have to make the most of it. I just watched the Paralympics, and most of these guys with no legs could still kick my ass. Splitting up one story into 6 separate episodes really drags things down. I felt like this whole arc should have been 1 episode, maybe 2. Cut to each turtle's separate story for a minute or 2, not an entire episode. There was nothing in these episodes that justified 6 separate episodes. It's tedious to watch each separate story, and watching them together as a movie didn't improve anything. The pacing is off. It's a small amount of story spread across 6 episodes. These individual episodes don't really have any rewatch value. The hype for this show came and went quickly. The season dropped and became irrelevant within a week. This show wasn't even popular enough to get hated on like The Acolyte. And seeing all the turtles alone actually doesn't help flesh out their character. Seeing the turtles together is where their personalities shine. Seeing them interact with each other is where the magic is. More screen time for individual turtles doesn't equal more character building. I don't think the individual episodes really helped build the characters. I wish I could say all these imperfections make the show feel like a grungy, DIY, indie cartoon, but they don't. They make the show feel like a corporate mess with no heart. Everything feels spread too thin, the story, the animation, the pacing. Maybe they should have just done 6 or 8 higher quality episodes. It just feels misguided. There are no special meaningful moments in the show. What's the moral? What's the lesson? If Nickelodeon and Paramount want kids to like the Turtles, they should make a show for adults. No kids allowed. Kids will be fighting to watch it. Give them something to grow into. They'll be sneaking around late at night to watch the Turtles. I did enjoy some of the small Easter eggs they threw in with the Mechazoids. One kind of reminded me of a Foot Elite. One appeared to have Ice Cream Kitty with it. One had an arm like Meat Sweats from Rise of the TMNT. I noticed those little things. I would rate these episodes as a 5.25 out of 10. They were not excellent, great, or even good. Even the fans of this show preface every compliment with a disclaimer that the show isn't good and has lots of problems. Total cope. Only the shills and cheerleaders are hyping up this show still. The only accounts I still see posting about the show feel inauthentic, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of them are operated by Nickelodeon or Paramount. They only say positive stuff. They post every day about which is peak and which is better, and this show is great, and I'm so it's a little much. The choppy frame skip, frame stutter animation is grating to watch and almost makes the show unwatchable. The writing and tone also leave a lot to be desired. Tales of the TMNT is just not special or unique. The TMNT started as a comic book that didn't fit in anywhere. It literally had a strange, distinct size. But now this TMNT show is a cookie-cutter, by-the-books, forgettable, corporate offering that has stripped the originality away from these empty shells of characters. Paramount and Nickelodeon knew the show was not good, so they dumped the whole season onto Paramount Plus with very little promotion. They made it available to binge just to get the pain over with. If they stretched this show out weekly, the viewership would be atrocious, and would drop every week. It would plummet. I honestly think no one would watch this show. No one watched this show, as it is. No one even knows this show existed. It's sad but true. I wish it was better. Maybe I'll like the second arc of the season more because they focus on new characters. I can go in without any baggage. What did you think? Leave a comment. And make sure to tune in to the weekly live stream every Tuesday.